Hello everyone, Maggie here, and today I would like to share with you my decks for the descent or my cozy decks for fall. This is not the spooky deck list, which will come after, so stay tuned. This is the decks that I've been using at the end of the summer and the beginning of the fall, when we are in this transitioning, prepare for the darkness. So I've chosen some very nice and cozy decks that I've been using, and I'm going to show you which ones and how. First of all, I have here the Tarot of the Huntress. I found myself called to work with Artemis lately. This goddess embodies the feminine freedom and what she wants, and then she's very independent, and she also takes good care of her tribe, the hunters, the nymphs that live there with her in the forest. Very interesting Hierophant. And I'm feeling really called with Artemis. I've made my fall altar to work with this goddess, this Greek goddess. Actually, every fall and spring, I feel really called to work with some Greek mythology. As my first contact with tarot was actually with Greek mythology, with the Mythic Tarot. I guess everybody remembered that attack. And I was always crazy about mythology. So this deck from Cailleach Forest is a beautiful deck. The creator did an amazing job creating all these images, and I was actually in doubt if I should get the Persephone one or this one, but I really felt the call to work with this goddess, with Artemis. And this deck is perfection, very profound. I plan to do a deep dive walkthrough with this deck very soon. And this has been one of my major decks to work only with myself for my introspection and to find and cultivate the Huntress in me. So this was the Tarot of the Huntress from Cailleach Forest. Next, following this mythologic moments that I'm having, I have here the Mythic Oracle. It's already a kind of old oracle. The guidebook has a short story about every myth, and the cards have the name of the god or goddess with some keywords. It's a very easy deck, but also very interesting, beautiful, and a good clarifier for tarot reading, or just for a daily draw, where you can get you can take one card for the energy of the day or some advice after some situation that you're going through, and draw a card, and you can read about the deity and the message, and also use the keyword, so you can journal and reflect upon your moment, the archetype phase you were going through your life, and use with the other tarot decks for clarifying. It's really a beautiful and easy deck to work with. You can use it, it's good for a beginner or for the seasonal reader. This is the Mythic Oracle by Carissa Melado. Another one that I've been using this late summer, beginning of fall, is the Urban Crow Oracle by MJ Culinani. This deck is amazing. I mean, like I lived in Amsterdam for a while, and this deck has like the background, the city is most likely Amsterdam, cannot be anything else. This deck is a perfect oracle deck, both for beginners and seasonal readers. It has basically all the keywords one will need. The artwork really reflects the idea and give you a lot of food for thought. You can use it by its own, or you can use it as a clarifier. And as a clarifier, it is fantastic as well. Works as a gem. Waterproof. This deck has all the fall colors and motifs and then lights, and it can be sassy, it can be a little sad, happy, showing the world through the perspective and the life of crows, which we can really use all the metaphors and get great insights and great readings with using these cards. And besides that, it's beautiful as well, gives you a lot of food for thought. I think that for this time of the year, this deck is perfect. Next, the Moon Power Tarot. I've been really excited about the decks from the Cailleach Tarot creator. And this one, it's perfect for this time of the year. It's a little more busy and different from the other ones, but it has this mood and then these concepts, this sassiness, and then the dark and light together, you know. I think like the dark and the light will meet you in this deck with a lot of sense of humor, but also very serious. It has this alien vibe, alien feeling, the intergalactic playfulness with it. But again, also within our modern reality, which I find it fascinating and fantastic. And what I like about this deck is that I found two other decks that goes with it, perfectly pairing with this deck. First one is very unexpected, which is the Poesis Oracle. Now, when I first got the Poesis Oracle, I found it like, this deck is beautiful, this deck is like perfection and everything like that. The problem is like, I couldn't get nice readings or understand this deck or whatsoever until, for some reason, one day I decided to pair this deck with the Sun Power Oracle, with the Sun Power Tarot, and now also with the Moon Power Tarot, and they go perfectly together. I don't know if because of the simplicity and the complexity of one and the other, but they work together as a pair, as a charm. Look. Create with the Eight of Wands, Justice and Nurture. They have this dance of your complex and simple meanings that you grasp the message in one go, you know. Observe with the Nine of Cups, Knight of Swords with boundary, and you see the body movements and how they go together. The Devil with compassion. This is perfect pairing. And sometimes I see people saying like, how can I use the Poesis cards? I see a bunch of people in the groups on Facebook, and I suggest trying to find pairings for the Poesis, because you will have a total different experience once you find a good pairing for the Poesis. And with the Moon Power Tarot or the Sun Power Tarot, you're going to get a really nice experience if you already got those decks. Both of them. The Moon Power I'm using now, which I find it more fall winter, but if you have both or one of them, you can try. You're really going to like it. And like I said, I also have another Oracle deck that I've been using with the Moon Power Tarot that is fantastic for this time of the descent, which was actually the first deck I took when the summer was over, to give me that fall vibes and everything like that. So I took out the Oracle of Shadows and Light by Lucy Cavendish and Jasmine Brackett Griffith. By now, this is an old classic. Most of you guys must know it. This deck is also very easy to read. The book is also very easy to read, even though it's marketed and written for like teenagers. You can really get the message for you, and I think they go really good. But for some reason, I like them like this. The message for me flows more like this with this pair. So here we have Mend a Broken Heart Fairy, Healing from Heartache, the Magician. You see how one message complements the other one. Like you, in order to mend a broken heart, in order to heal from a heartache, it's not only to sit and wait for time to get for time to work and then you forget, you know. You have to take action. You have to direct your energy, to make a decision and to manifest other things that are going to empower you in order to let go of this failed relationship, all this heartbreak. Doesn't have to be specifically a romantic relationship. It can be a loss. It can be like leaving a job. It can be like a failure, not getting the job you want, or a friendship that is gone. Everything that can cause you a heartbreak, like a big or small one. So we need to take some action, you know, from the decision that is actually over to also take actions in order to improve, to get progress on our lives. And see how the messages complement each other and give you actually some real steps, some real what to do, because that's what you want when you're having a tarot reading, right? You need not only guidance, but you also need, you also want some ideas, some step-by-step on what to do when we get lost and when we need a advice from tarot cards. Angel of Time, Working Too Hard, and the Four of Cups. Powerful Personal Growth, and the Five of Wands. Miracle, Ace of Pentacles. Now, the King of Cups and Release Your Power. Do you see, like, she has a potion here, and then like you have the King of Cups. It's really interesting. You can have a lot of funny and serious readings with these two decks at the same time, and also a lot of good insights and guidance. This pairing here will give you guidance to actually what to do step by step. Next, of course, we got the Heartwood Tarot. It has just been launched, and oh my god, this deck, I think it's on my top 5. This is actually, let's be clear here. This is the cutest deck ever made. Maybe you have a different opinion. Maybe another cute deck will show up later on, but this is the cutest deck, and you can also have like very good readings with it. It follows the Rider-Waite-Smith, but it has a little variations here and there that gives you new insights. It's very, very cozy deck that takes good care of you if you've been stressed, if you've been anxious, you know, when you need that little break and you need just a nice and cozy company, or if you just want to relax and check some nice, cute, awesome art. this is the deck. I think like seriously, this is one of the best decks I've acquired for a long time. I'm in love with this deck. Look at this 9 of Cups. This is amazing. Love it, love it. Very cozy deck. Very early fall deck. Recommended. The Heartwood Tarot. I'm afraid that the Peculiar Pathways Tarot is going to become my favorite deck of all time. This deck, it's like, it blew my mind. This deck is blowing my mind. I got it like a week ago and I just can't get enough of it. Just every single day I learn a different thing. The experience, the visual experience of this tarot deck with the artwork, the feeling of it, the cardstock. I mean, like, this deck is pure perfection. The details, the care that the artist took doing this whole deck with the three layers of it, like the background, the foreground, and the main figures in black and white. It's really perfection. The accompanied book comes making a parallel of the symbolism that she uses and the symbolism in the Rider-Waite-Smith, so to make you grasp the both symbolisms that include flowers, objects, colors, animals, everything. One thing that surprised me even more was like a complete unexpected pairing that I got for this deck, which is the Radiant Sun Oracle deck. Now, I have the Radiant Sun for like a couple of years, like 2 or 3 years, and I was never really keen to work with it for some reason. It has a very nice book, but you know, like when you don't have the feeling, you know, like the deck is amazing, you know that it's nice, but you don't have the feeling until I put them together. That's one thing I'm gonna say again, just like with the Moon Power and the Poesis, you know, sometimes you find a way and then click with a deck, pairing it with another deck. And this was such an unexpected pairing, but they worked so good together, and it's blowing my mind. So like, let me give you, look at this, negotiation with the 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands, like, and a lighter, you know? It's really nice. The 8 of Cups with friendship. And this deck is an astrological deck, so you have astrology here. So you see, like, you have Moon in Cancer. And you have here also astrology in this deck. So you have the Moon here, you know? A lot of feelings, and then 8 of Wands with seduction. This is a fantastic. You can get so much with this reading, and studying the 2 books, you can have like a lot of insights, or you can just go with your intuition, you know, like boom, get your answer. The Devil with flattery, you know, like the Venus in Gemini showing this vanity part of the Venus, and the two-face that you cannot really trust someone. It might indicate also people have like an affair, not being honest. And of course you have the Devil here. Like, what else do you want? It's crazy amazing, huh? With the grapes here, the grapes from Dionysus. It's like 3 of Coins, restlessness, achievement, and 6 of Cups, King of Cups, revenge, and of course, like Mars in Scorpio, of course, the keyword would be revenge. It's a fantastic deck, guys. Page of Swords, empathy. You see how they sometimes they even contradict each other. So like it can give you a lot of advice, full of thoughts. The Magician, innovation. Like Jupiter in Aquarius, innovation. The Hermit, practicality. Like it's good to take a moment, isolate yourself and think about the big questions in life, but you also need to be practical, get involved into the community, take your responsibilities on the everyday life. Think about your family, your community, the work that has to be done, and not get only stuck in your world inside with whatever philosophical terms and that sometimes we get, you know, like sometimes these decks can really call you out, but we need those kind of advices every now and then. The Sun and egotism, the dark side of the Sun is the ego. Now, and then not satisfied, for some reason I was playing with these two decks, and you know, guys, when we are tarot collectors, we have decks everywhere in the house. And then we take one deck, we take another deck, and then we go crazy with decks. Somehow I was busy playing with this pair, and for some reason, I thought about the Pope Tarot, because I was thinking about something about the artwork. I don't even remember why. And then for some reason, I put them together, and then I had another aha moment, because if you want to come here and still clarify this pair, you can use the Pope Tarot. Like you get here the Sun with egotism, and then you think about like being more like a selfish person, ego driven, etc, etc, and then you come like how can I clarify this, how can I take steps in order to use this selfishness in a good way in my life, for example. And then you have the King of Wands, take some direct actions like in an enterprising way. Work on yourself, work on your business, focus that vision that you have, and then you know what I mean, and then move forward. Look at this, look how they go together. It's like a perfect, not pairing, but three. These three decks go perfect together. So I'm also using the Pope Tarot. I think this Pope Tarot is really nice for also this time of the year. It has this sassy, this vintage look, this vintage feeling. Of course, is the Pope Tarot, and I think like this time of the year we have this vintage feeling on get like more cozy, get more tea, watch old movies, and retreat more into the house, retreat more into ourselves. Look at this one again, the Fool, Four of Cups, influence. Hermit, the Fool, generosity. They flow in a very good way. So this was the Pope Tarot by Todd Alcott, the Peculiar Pathways Tarot, and the Radiant Sun Oracle deck. Last that I've been using is the Wisdom of the Cailleach. Well, this deck I've been using it since I got it in the early summer, and I've been using it all the time. It's also on the top of one of my favorite nows. I think it's one of the most beautiful and powerful deck that I have. This deck has a crown energy to it that is really strong. When you open this deck, you can feel the power of it. You can feel the kindness, the gentle but powerful energy and the mysteries of womanhood and the Cailleach. This is, I don't have words to describe how powerful is this deck. I use it for daily draws, actually not every day, but when I use it, it's really powerful. I don't really, I use it by itself. I don't really mix it with other tarot decks or the oracle decks. I just get one card, I meditate, I light a candle, and I do my journaling with this deck, and I get always such a heartfelt and straight to the point guidance whenever I need. This is a really beautiful oracle deck, and I'm really grateful that this deck came into my life. And it's going to stay. So that was my list for early fall decks, the decks for decent and cozy decks. Thank you very much for spending this time with me, and I see you next video. Bye!